Hi friends, today I am using the new Tarte Rainforest of the Sea collection to show you how I got this look. I'm going to be giving you my first impressions because this is the first time I've ever used any of these products, and I will do a mini review with this as I show you kind of how I'm using them and what I'm thinking of them. So let's get started. The first thing I'm going to be demoing is the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Water Foundation. So I'm using a more glowy primer. I'm using the NYX Born to Glow primer and buffing this in with the It Cosmetics sponge. Now the foundation is actually an SPF 15 and it is a 20% water-based product. So I felt like it would go really well with the glowing skin type look. So I just took the applicator, and they recommend actually 2 to 3 pumps for medium coverage and 3 to 4 pumps for full coverage, and I only did 1. So I definitely learned my lesson here. But this is first impressions, isn't it? So I am just buffing this in with this sponge, and the first thing I notice is that it definitely dried pretty quickly, so it melts into the skin really well, which is a great aspect of the foundation, but you don't have as much time to kind of work it in as you do with a normal foundation. But that's also an appeal to me because it really sank into the skin and really just looked like actual skin, but it gave you a full coverage. So I really liked that when I was first applying it. And instead of applying it directly to the sponge and then pressing it into my skin, I decided to just pick some up on my finger and dot it where I needed it for where I was missing the coverage originally. I also wouldn't recommend this sponge with this product because the product is so watery in a good way, but the sponge actually soaked it up a lot more than I wanted it to. So I have now been applying it with a brush and then blending it out with a sponge. But so far, this is probably one of the best foundations I've ever used, especially upon first impression, but I'm just really loving the thin formula and the full coverage. So after everything is nice and blended, I'm going to open up this Rainforest of the Sea Aquacealer. I love how big the applicator is. It's huge, and in my opinion, it's the perfect doe foot applicator because it's so big. It just applies the product so smoothly. So I ended up getting the color light in the concealer. I wish I would have gone medium, but at the end of the day, I love this for highlighting, and it does blend out and is a little bit better. I really wish I would have used my beauty blender to blend this out because this Ulta sponge soaked up the product a little bit more than I would have liked it to, and so it caused it to be just a tiny bit patchy. Ultimately, I still loved how smooth it was, and this is also a 20% water-based concealer. It has 12-hour wear, and it's considered a serum concealer that is medium coverage. So it's not a full coverage concealer. It's nice and light, but I did really love the way it looked for everyday wear. I wanted to try out layering, so I went in and added a little bit more brightness on the actual hollows of my eyes and along my nose, and this definitely helped build coverage. It is buildable, but I still think it is a medium coverage concealer. Personally, I don't wear makeup for 12 hours, but this did wear for a long time. I just don't know if it actually lasted 12 hours. We'll see. So I really want to concentrate this video on the actual Rainforest of the Sea collection, but I am just showing you a few steps that I did between because I am using some new Tarte products that I just got. This is the Sculptor Pencil in medium. It's the medium shade, and I just wanted to kind of do a quick run through of me contouring. In no way is this a tutorial, but enjoy! Now with another one of my favorite Tarte products, I am just setting that contour with the Park Ave Princess Matte Bronzer, just very lightly dusting it on with this awesome Tarte contour brush. Watch me as I enter my literal heaven. I am completely obsessed with this highlighter. I was so hyped up about it. I really had to take a deep breath to prepare myself for what was about to happen. So this is the Rainforest of the Sea Skin Twinkle, and it basically has 3 highlighting shades, 2 shimmers, and 1 matte. I am using the matte shade in the center to set my under eyes because that is what they recommend this for. To be honest with you, I didn't really see anything spectacular with this powder. It was kind of like cardboard and didn't really do anything. The highlights, on the other hand, are a different story. The first color I picked up is called Sunlight. It is the warmer golden highlight that is in the palette, and it is absolutely gorgeous. I think this shade would be super flattering on anyone. It just glistens. That's the only way I can describe it. There's a lot of different types of highlights, you know, super shimmery, crazy, but this just glistens off your face in the most perfect way. I was basically just rubbing it on my face for a full minute straight. It was insane. Killed me. So I am going to now go to the other color, which is called Moonlight. It's a cool toned rosy color, but it actually is kind of like a white champagne color. I noticed that I did not rub in my contour below my lip, but this one is just a tad bit brighter. And these colors really can be worn together like this. Because it's brighter, it really just pops off that high cheekbone area, and I think it's something that you can use on the inner corner, brow bone, or just for that really bright pop-in highlight. So I'm going to move on to blush. I'm using a Tarte blush because this is a Tarte tutorial basically, and this is just a nude pink color that I'm just buffing into my cheeks. I really love the way that it kind of blended into the skin but didn't necessarily take over the highlight or the bronzer. It was just a very natural looking color. So I went ahead and did my eyes off camera because this is not a makeup tutorial, and I'm going to move on to the next product, which is the So Fine liner, also in the Rainforest of the Sea collection. And I'm going to keep it real with you. I had some trouble here. It does not reflect on the eyeliner, but as you can see here, I'm about to fail so hard. It started off well, and it went awry about right here. But I cannot reiterate that it is not a reflection of the eyeliner because this is one of the best eyeliners I've ever used upon first impression. It is super black, it's nice and wet, so it makes a really great line. So here's the problem that I had. It's actually because it's a very small, fine felt tip, and because it's short and small, it's a little bit stiff. And it's not necessarily a bad thing, it's just that I have hooded eyes, so it's actually pulling my eye skin, as you can see, which is kind of making me mess up a little bit more. So I really just needed two hands to be able to kind of hold my skin and pull it taut a little bit, which is what I ended up doing. So I absolutely love this liner. It's amazing and makes it super easy for anyone to apply. As you can see here, I applied my lashes, and I'm now using the felt tip to kind of fill in all those blank spaces where there's no liner and cover up the lash glue, which it was amazing for. So it's not Tarte, but I am using this ColourPop Cosmetic Ultra Satin Lip in the color Tulips to apply and pair this with this look. I love this formula and I love this color. I definitely think you should go out and get these. I will be doing a full review, but I'm just endorsing these wholeheartedly. And that completes this demo. I really love everything that I used. I'm not exaggerating. This foundation is gorgeous. This highlight is poppin'. One of the best highlighters I've ever used. Love the concealer because it's hydrating and also great for everyday wear. And this So Fine liner is amazing for wings. I haven't been doing a lot of wings, but now that I have this, you will be seeing a lot more of them. I realize that these high-end cosmetics can be kind of expensive, but honestly, in my opinion, these are worth the money. These are products that you will use in your everyday life and will love. Your skin will thank you for using these, I'm telling you. More information on these products will be in the down bar, such as price, where you can buy them, and maybe even a link to my blog. We'll see. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this helped you determine if you should buy these. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and all of my social media will be in the down bar. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye.